Hold on, not yet, not yet, not yet. Let me find the page first. Let me find the page first. Let me just give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Cool. So thank you for joining. All right. Now let me get some of the things that you guys want to learn at the Credit Summit. I'm taking notes. Hey everybody. So guys, we finally got YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and LinkedIn on. So just for a little background, right now I'm going to, let me see who's that. All right, let me see if Instagram's gonna allow me to go live with you. I accepted the live. Let's see if Instagram is going to have you go live with me. Because Instagram been acting funny. Oh, okay, it finally worked. Okay, cool. What's going on, bro? Okay. All right, cool. So let's talk about I think we all right. Let's talk about some stuff that you guys want to learn at the Credit Summit. All right. All right. I'm taking notes because these are points that I want to bring up. So right now I'm giving you guys an opportunity to tell me what you guys want to learn at the Credit Summit. I already have an itinerary together, but I also want to bring information and questions from you. So let me know, what do you guys also want to learn at the Credit Summit? I'm going to be breaking down a lot of things, but I want to hear from you guys what you want to learn at the Credit Summit. So I'm taking notes. As you guys can see, I got my book, I got my pen. Um, Let me see what you guys want to learn at the Credit Summit. So I'm taking some notes. Talk to me. Late payments on closed accounts. Okay, so I'll be addressing late payments on closed accounts. Okay, rounds of dispute. Okay, rounds of dispute. All right, what else you guys got? Securitization audit. Securitization audit. All right, not wearing the uniform. Yep, I'm at training, bro. I'm at training, but I still gotta get it in. When removing collection, is it discharge? Removing collection and discharge is two different things. You can delete collections. Discharging collections is totally different. So let's put that under deletion of collections, and let's also add to that grounds for pulling your consumer report. All right, so for collections, I'm going to have deletion of collection accounts, right? And then the grounds for pulling your consumer reports. Who gave the collection agency permission to pull your reports, hard or soft pull? All right. So what I'll be doing is we'll be going over the reports, and we're gonna talk about a hard pull versus a soft pull, and we're gonna speak about, does collection company have a legal right to pull your reports? We're gonna talk about that at the Credit Summit. All right. Let's see. Okay, usury law. Y'all want me to go back over usury law? Usury law. Man, this is a lot of topics. Okay. All right, cool. So usury law. Jennifer, how to get a vehicle free and clear. The credit summit won't be about that. I won't get deep into that rabbit hole. All right. When a debt is discharged, does that mean that they were paid, or I no longer have the obligation? That I can't tell you. If you discharge a debt, that's something that you have to know. I'm not teaching that because I don't want people misconstruing that type of process. Um, all right. Let me see some stuff over here. How to delete a charge off. Okay, so let's see. Deleting charge offs. All right. What else? Can I still join the university? Absolutely. YCN Stunner. All you got to do is text the word university to 917-993-5238. So that's YCN Stunner. All you got to do is text the word university to 917-993-5238. Remove USDA charge off. So I got charge off deletion already. All right, what else we got? Can you discharge private debts? No, I do not teach. Discharging debt is not something that I teach. I know how to do it. It's not something that I teach. Nothing in regards to any discharge of debt. That's not what I teach. It shows as charge off and a collection at the same time. Well, an account cannot be a charge off and a collection at the same time. So having and knowing where accuracy of the report falls is very crucial to getting these accounts deleted. It cannot be a charge off and a collection at the same time. You cannot collect on a canceled debt. So student loan is my favorite. So we're going to be going over student loan deletion. And for those of you that are just joining, what I'm doing is I'm taking questions of what of what you guys want to learn at the credit summit. That's what I'm doing. So I'm taking questions of what you guys want to learn at the credit summit. So far I got late payments on closed accounts, rounds of dispute securitization audit, deletion of collection, grounds for pulling your consumer report, who gave the collection agency permission to pull the reports, hard or soft, and in what law grants them permission to even pull your consumer reports. But now the question becomes, if the collection company pull your reports, they have to get it from the consumer reporting agencies, right? So this is where I want you guys to think. If they have to get it from the consumer reporting agencies, it simply means that when they did a request, what document, what written permission, what permissible purpose was submitted to the consumer reporting agencies. Did the consumer reporting agencies did the consumer reporting agencies 917-993-5238? Yes, YCN, yes. Text the word university, YCN. Text the word university to 917-993-5238. You are correct to join the university. Now, when they did a request for your consumer reports, right? The law says permissible purpose must be given. And 15 USC 1681 B2 says written permission. So, what permission document, what certification, what document was sent to the consumer reporting agencies? Number one. And number two, was this document um, revised? Was it audit? Was this document enough for them to generate the consumer report based on what the permissible law states? Right? So not only did the collection agency violated the FCRA and the FDCPA. The consumer reporting agencies also furnished your consumer report to a third party without a permissible purpose. So we're going to dig into that a little more at the Credit Summit. So these are some of the topics that I'm telling you that I've gotten from y'all that we'll be talking about. Deleting charge-offs, deleting student loans. All right, let's see. Do you teach how the original creditors off your credit report? Do you teach how to get the original creditor off your credit report? If we're talking about original creditor, it's something simple as just deleting the account from your credit, right? You didn't answer it to the fullest. I said I have student loan in my name when I was incarcerated, and I want to know how you can get that removed when I've tried with the school. Just delete the accounts. Guys, I want you to comprehend something. Oh, shout out to Perfect Timage. Gave me a tip. Shout out to Perfect Timage. Guys, delete. Let me explain something abundantly clear that I want you guys to get. Deleting an account from your consumer report does not wipe away the alleged obligation or alleged obligation. I'm going to say this again. Not because you deleted an account from your credit, it means the account isn't there anymore and the obligation or the alleged obligation isn't there. Oh, Perfect Image. My bad. I do apologize, Perfect Image. Thank you very much for the definitely. Thank you for the tip. How can I get rid of ATM Institute loan on my them Institute loan, my credit card and credit summit online? I'm not comprehending that sentence. It sounds like there's three questions in one. Perfect Image. Break that down for me. I'm not comprehending that question. Rewrite it for me. If it's two questions, make them two questions. Don't join them. All right. So yeah, like I was saying, when you delete an account from your credit, it doesn't mean that the debt goes away. It doesn't mean that the debt is discharged. It doesn't mean that you don't have to pay it. I'm not here to tell you what you can and cannot pay. That is something that you have to decide based on your obligations, your contracts that you sign. What the law says is that you can delete anything from your credit, which is true. Weekend Warrior, yep, Weekend Warrior right here representing, right? So that's what I want you guys to get. I'm gonna just have to show you the paperwork I did because trust I did with all three barrels, and yet they still trying to say it was valid. If they saying it's valid, you just need to know what to reply to them. See, they will always tell you that an account is valid. They will always say that. They will always say that an item is verified or valid. You have to be able to prove what you are saying. Deleting an account from your credit is as simple as you knowing what to say. It's not about what you send out. What makes the difference is what you say in what you send out. So the context of that dispute letter, that is what gets them liable or holds them liable, or better yet, sets them up for maybe around two or around three, where you then back them into a corner. And then when you do that, if you decide to go with legal and sue them, or if you decide to do something else, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. So if you can prove that a student loan servicer actually stole your identity because they didn't have any permissible purpose, or no written permissible purpose was given, or no contractual obligation is there because they didn't extend any credit to you, they cannot assert themselves as a creditor, right? Is the Credit Summit online? No, the Credit Summit will not be online. It is an in person experience. We have thought about virtual tickets, but it's not something that I have decided on yet. The Credit Summit is an in person experience, there's nothing like it. Hey, bro, is the mentorship the same as university? Yes, yes, it is. Yes. ATEM, the school went bankrupt. That's even perfect. So if the school went bankrupt, that's even perfect. That's all the more reason that you're able to get the student loan deleted. Guys, there's nothing wrong with deleting an account. There is nothing wrong with deleting an account from your credit. You, as a consumer, have the right to delete anything that is inaccurate, incomplete, unverifiable. You have that right. If it's outdated, you have that right. The law also says that your information must be protected. Is your information protected, or did someone furnish your information without your permission? Your information is supposed to be kept private. Your non public personal information is supposed to be confidential. Nothing in the word private or confidential states that it must be furnished anywhere. And this is where definitions come in. And this is why coming to the Credit Summit will empower you to go back and get these stuff done. Because one of the things that we'll be doing at the Credit Summit, ladies and gentlemen, is I need y'all pulling y'all reports in real time. So we're gonna have a station in the back, right? So in the back of the room, we're gonna have a classroom, and in that classroom, you're gonna be able to sign up for credit monitoring, and number two, we'll be able to print your reports out live. So whatever is on your consumer report in real time, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to print that out. We're gonna print it out, and you guys are going to bring it to your seat. And when we are getting into the podcast section or the Q&A, what I want you guys to do is ask questions. Lorraine, this is on my consumer report. How do I get this account deleted? And in real time, you'll be getting real strategies, guys. No one has done this. No one can do it. I'm telling you guys, you are a part of something phenomenal. And what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to bring your family. I want to make this a family event. If you got a mama, a auntie, a uncle, a sister, a brother, a son, a daughter that you guys can bring them to the Credit Summit. We need to normalize financial literacy in our homes. We need to normalize financial literacy conversations in the homes. We need to normalize credit conversations in our household. Guys, if you're on Instagram, comment the word summit. You will get your credit summit links. I need you guys signed up. I need you guys locked in. If you guys are on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, Twitter, I need you guys to text the word summit. If you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, text the word summit to 917. So open your phone up, text the word summit to 917 993 5238 and get your credit summit tickets. We got to normalize these conversations. Do the lender or creditors fall under the same law as CRAs? Yes, if they're reporting items on your credit, lenders, institutions, firms, as long as they are furnishers of information, they fall under the FCRA. If they are a debt collector, they fall under the FDCPA. If they are in the business of extending credit, loans, and other financial vehicles, truth in lending covers them. If you are being discriminated against about credit, they fall now under the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. There are several consumer laws that you can use to protect yourself. So, like I said, guys, I'm a little stuffy. If you hear me sound crazy, it's because I came to New York. The change of weather just, I don't know, man. It got me stuffy, got me sniffling. Andy, shout out to Andy Aragon. Thank you, Andy, for that tip. It definitely means a lot. What you got, Andy? Talk to me about your question. Do you got a question, Andy? Oh yeah, mentorship. Yes, you guys would definitely get. You guys will definitely get an opportunity to join the university, you can even join right now, because joining the university now gives you a unique opportunity to be VIP. Because once you join the university, you're automatically VIP. You get VIP status. All you guys got to do, for those of you online right now that's saying, the rain, the summit is cool, but I just want to join the mentorship right now to get full access to everything. All you got to do is text the word university. Text the word university to 917-993-5238. That's all you got to do. If you're like, the rain, this is what it is, man. I want to join the university right now. Go ahead. Text the word university. Text the word university to my number. My number is 917-993-5238. Just send me a text. Text me the word university, and my team's going to get in contact with you. What's the difference between the summit and the challenges? The summit is a 2 day, 3 day event. The summit is a 3 day event where not only am I going to be speaking on stage, there's going to be 20 other speakers, right? That's the difference. The challenges ranges for 5 days, and I'm educating you on consumer disputes and credit repair business on the business side. So the summit and the challenge are completely different things. I heard the same thing Andy heard. Andy, what did you hear? Andy, what did you hear? I saw somewhere that no third party can purchase your debt. That's not actually true, Andy. Third parties can. There are people that is in the business of buying debt. It's a business model. It's a huge business model. Portfolio recovery, Midland funding. There's a lot of companies that buys debt. Don't. That's not true. It's a big business. The debt industry is a big business. I want to give you guys an example. The secondary market, not the primary stock market, the secondary market, where they package pools of mortgages, auto loans, credit card debt, those are resold on the secondary market. Debt buying, and I'm gonna say this loud and clear, debt buying is a multi billion dollar industry. It's probably $1 trillion industry, because when we're talking about mortgage-backed securities, collateralized debt obligations, all of those fancy words that Wall Street use to trade, guys, the buying and selling of debt is one of the biggest business in America. Remember, America is backed by full faith and credit. So what they extend to you as credit gets repackaged, resold as collateralized debt obligations, CDOs, mortgage backed securities. This is what the secondary market does. It repackage these and they sell them to investors that are paying millions and hundreds of millions. So don't think for a minute that these little debt buyers like Portfolio and these fly by night debt collectors, these are puppets. These are little guys. The debt industry is one of the biggest business in America. It is a huge business. All right? It is a big business. So yeah, let's get that straight, man. I'm telling y'all, it's a big business, man. Debt buying is a huge business. Huge business. Yeah, guys, for sure. Text the word summit in the chat. Text the word summit in the chat. As you guys are coming in on Instagram, text the word summit in the chat. Get the link. Join the credit summit. It's going to be the best place that you need to be. I signed a without prejudice reserving my common law rights. Does that help? It could, but this is where you would have to explore that now with an attorney, because there's some things that I cannot speak on because, like I said, guys, I'm not a financial advisor and I am not a lawyer, so I cannot give legal advice. So there's some things that, especially where contracts is concerned, you might want to just get a consultation with an attorney, and just go over the details of those contracts. It's very important. Just paid my FICO ebook but not received it yet. Okay, so PWOFESK, Rita, I'm gonna just say Rita. I want you to check your spam, your junk, and your promotional folders. The ebook might be in there because the system is automatic, right? So if you're using Gmail, it might have went to your promotional folder. If you're using Yahoo, it might have went to a spam, a junk, or something. Just check your emails. It's in your emails because it's automatic. Unless the email was put in incorrectly, that would be the only way that you wouldn't receive it. But it's an automatic automation that goes out. So please check your spam, your junk, your promotional folders. The ebook is in there somewhere. For those of you that are texting the word summit on YouTube, unfortunately YouTube don't work the same way as Instagram. Perfect image, shout out to you again. Let me take your question. How to rid of a school that I went bankrupt? Oh, we did that. I think we did answer that one already. Okay. All right. So we're gonna talk about closed accounts in a minute. Perfect image. I'm going to answer your question in just 1 second. Yep. All right. Cool. So for those of you, Mr. Pickens, you got to text me on my cell phone. Text me on my cell phone. So text the word summit, Mr. Pickens. Text the word summit to 917-993-5238. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't work like Instagram where it sends you that immediate response. Just text the word summit to 917-993-5238. Let's see. Coy, my client is being sued by a debt collector, and the documents clearly state it is a charge off by another party. All right, so this is where we have to break down a strategy for that, Coy. And we're talking about now legal representation because if they're being sued, it's important that we know what our capabilities are. So, Coy, my question to you is this: did you send out the volunteer non-fit injury? Look for the volunteer non-fit injury letter in the university, and I want you to send that directly to the debt collector. Please send out the volunteer non-fit injury letter to those debt collectors. If you're able to do it overnight via Sagittarius or overnight mail, send it out, or first thing in the morning, send it out. The volunteer non-fit injury, it is also in the debt collection killer pack, or if you go to the letters library in the university, you will find it. All right. What letters you have to use to delete an account? Vic, that is called the account deletion letter. How to attack secondary agencies with consumer law. The same way you attack Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Not all disputes go to the consumer reporting agencies. Not all disputes go to the consumer reporting agencies. There are some disputes that you send directly to the creditors. 80% of credit clean companies tell you they delete things off your credit, but you still may owe the debt. However, there are new maneuvers and information on deleting items and deleting debt. So, deleting debt and deleting items are two different things. One, deleting an account is deleting items negatory or derogatory, incomplete or unverifiable, or inaccurate information from your credit. Also, outdated information, right? Deleting a debt, quote unquote, normally goes with what people call debt discharge. Debt discharge is not something that I teach, that's something you'd have to learn somewhere else. What I can teach you is how to delete any item from your credit. Guys, I want you to look beyond a short scope, right? The goal is to build generational wealth. You're not going to build generational wealth just doing stuff that could potentially get you in problems, right? And I'm not saying that I'm against anybody that discharges debt. You can discharge all the debt you want if it's in your capacity to do so and you're competent to do it. By all means, shit, it's a free country. But what I'm saying is this: building wealth and learning how to use credit as a tool is very important. And if you are discharging debts left and right, discharging this, discharging that, well, eventually you're going to build a really bad reputation with financial institutions. So if we're talking about now being able to access capital, and I'm not talking no 50,000 or 100,000, let's look beyond that. Let's talk about millions, right? Let's talk about 50 million, 100 million. Let's talk about as we're building wealth and we learn wealth strategy mechanisms and we're using our life insurances, we're using real estate, we're using different businesses, whether short term rentals, um, um, car rental, private rentals, whether we have food trucks, whether we set up home healthcare agencies. I'm talking about building real wealth. Discharging a debt here or there is cool, but it's not enough to set you financially free. So, what do? We need to learn how to use debt as a tool, use credit as a tool. How do we use debt as a tool? How do we use credit as a tool to streamline our generational wealth? Now, when it comes to bad credit and items on your credit, like inquiries or stuff like that, that's not supposed to be there, well, this is where we get creative. And we get creative using the laws that Congress gave us to delete these negative items. Because when it comes to inquiries must be, and I'm going to say this again, inquiries must be authorized. Written permission must be given. Permissible purpose must be given. Thanks again, Andy. I'm being sued by the car dealership. Read below. However, I just received a debt collection letter yesterday. Where does that leave me? If possible, how can I discharge this? It's not discharging, Andy. This is what I'm trying to make the I'm attempting to make the distinction. Discharging debt is a completely separate process. When you're discharging debts, you're talking about using negotiable instruments, whether via 1099A, 1099B, 1099C. That's a different process. So if you're being sued by a car dealership or a debt collector, you need an attorney. If you are not competent enough to represent yourself and get the matter dismissed or discharged in that sense, you're going to need an attorney because it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And it's also one of the things where being a part of the community, being a part of the university, gives you the skills for you to identify what needs to happen. So, all right, let's take it back a little bit, right? So now, let's pretend I'm being sued by a car dealership, right? I'm being sued by a car dealership. All right, cool. What are they suing me for? That's the first question. More than likely, because I haven't been paying the alleged debt, they're suing me to collect or to retrieve the collateral, which in this case would be the car, right? Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is this. I am going to send them a request for all my disclosures, all my truth in lending disclosures, all my Graham Leach Bailey Act disclosures, and my um uh oh man, I can't believe I forgot that law. Uh, there's another law that they need to send you. My holders rule, right? So there we go. So I'm requesting all truth in lending disclosures. I'm requesting all all truth in lending. I'm requesting all Graham Leach Bailey Act disclosures, and I'm requesting all um, how did I forget it again? Holders rule disclosures, right? So there's certain amount of laws that I'm requesting, because for them to even attempt to collect, it simply means that they must have the right. And a part of that right is them doing everything correctly by the book. So first of all, I know for a fact that I didn't get all my truth in lending disclosures. Any violation on the truth in lending is double the finance charge. So first of all, no, I'm going to need to find that contract, it being a retail installment contract. I'm going to look on that contract to see how much was the finance charge. That's number one. Any violation on the truth in lending is double the finance charge. What does that mean? 15 USC 1611, 15 USC 1640 speaks on violations of the finance chart. It speaks on violations and remedies of truth in lending. So I know now that any violation on the truth in lending is double the finance charge. The next thing I'm going to look at is 15 USC 1606. Did they break down the finance chart? Did they calculate my APR? How did they get that? Right? So these are different things that you need to look for. The next thing that I'm going to request is 15 USC 1637, I think it is, and all 12 disclosures that I'm supposed to get as a consumer. The next thing I'm going to add is my Gram Leach Bailey Act, 15 USC 6802. Where are my Gram Leach Bailey Act that gave me the right to opt out? Right? And then the holders rule. So I'm asking for all of this. So you want to go to court, you want to sue me? Okay, cool. I'm going to get all of these requests notarized, and I'm going to have proof that I sent and I request all my disclosures that you should have given me under Truth in Lending, under the Graham Leach Bailey Act, under the holders rule, and you failed to give it to me. So now I'm going in with my own agenda, because now I know any violation under Truth in Lending is double the finance charge. So what was the finance charge? Now I'm hitting you for that. So there's different things you're gonna have to comprehend to get it going. It's not as simple as a debt collector is suing me, or a car dealership is suing me. Well, there's a lot of factors to consider. Did you get all your disclosures? Were you informed about the use of credit? Were you informed about the, let's say that it also included the repossession of that vehicle, right? Was the repossession laws followed? Did they abide by the law? Was it a peaceful repossession? Did you get your pre-sale letter? Did they send a post-sale letter? Was your repossession deficiency balance calculated? Was that information sent to you before they attempt to collect? So there's so many different factors that you need to consider. It's not just someone suing you. Anybody can sue anyone. Do they have the right? Is the law on their side? It is not what you know. What they know is that, oh, Doreen Delevante was late and we're suing him for this balance. Okay, cool, whatever. What I can prove is that you've broken the law on several occasions. And that is what I am going to prove in court. So when you're coming there talking about you're suing me for 6 mispayments, oh, okay, it's cool. It's cool. We'll go there. And then I'm going to come at you for everything you got, because I need every single disclosure. And any disclosure that you did not give, you willfully withheld pertinent information to suit your own agenda. It's not what you know, it is what you can prove. Right? It's not what you know, ladies and gentlemen. It's what you can prove. Let us find out how to prove the things we are saying. Prove the things you are saying. If they write off as bad debt but don't want to send you the 1099-C, the IRS says that you don't have to get a Form 1099-C to report the amount as income. You can still report it without that Form 1099-C. It is not what you know. A lot of people know a lot of stuff. It's what you can prove. Let's get in the habit of proving what we know. They can only say, oh, well, Darain has a promissory note and Darain missed 6 payments. Okay, cool. I'm gonna make those 6 payments when you give me everything that is required by law. I need my documents. I need my disclosures. You willfully withheld information from me. You did that purposely to suit your own agenda. I was misinformed. I was uninformed about credit. I was uninformed about the APR. I was uninformed about my rights. You withheld those rights from me. This is how we're going after them. It is not what you know, it's what you can prove. Coy, the interest rate was 25.64. What state was that interest rate in? And let's look up that state usury law. What is the state usury law? So Coy just brought up an important point. What state are you in? What is the maximum usury law? What is the maximum interest rate that that state allows for any lender to lend at? What is the maximum interest rate? Because for those of you that don't know, a lot of you are being charged over the usury law amount. And what I'm seeing from COI is South Carolina, the maximum is 16%, but yet this person was charged 25.64%. That's almost 10% over. So, Andy, I'm going to need you to get with an attorney. I cannot tell you, do you file a motion or disclosure with the dealer? You got to see an attorney. I would recommend you getting like Legal Shield or something because I cannot give you that advice. I'm not a lawyer. I cannot give you that advice. What I can recommend is that you get with a competent attorney and lay out the facts. Lay out the facts. It's not what you know, it is what you can prove. Let's prove our story. Let's prove what we are saying. Most definitely. That sounds great, man. That sounds amazing. Thank you very much. M1CL4Y. Yeah, Andy, it's not what you know. Let's prove what we are saying. Let us put it out. Let's get the exhibits. Let's send in for the request. Can you answer my question? Perfect image. You got to reiterate your question. That question is probably lost. You got to get me that question back. Title loan. Can you talk a little about it? I don't know what a title loan is. So let me look up what a title loan is. Let's see what is a title loan. It sounds like a loan that was given based on the title of something. Title loan. Let's see what that is. Title loan definition. Let's see what that is. A car title loan is a type of short term loan in which the borrower pledges their car as collateral. Okay. So it's as I figured. So a title loan is just like any other loan, right? Um, it works the same way. If it's a loan, that means it falls under truth in lending. Was there a finance charge? Was there an APR? What was the status of it? Um, who are the parties involved? Did you get your disclosures? The whole thing. It's the same process. It's the same process. Is there a recommendation for the USC book we can purchase that states all the USC codes? Bruh, if we're talking about USC codes, you'd have to look at the chapters. Chapter 41 is extensive enough. So there's books on Amazon that you can buy. You can buy FCRA books, FDCPA books. You can buy Chapter 41 books, Chapter 40, Chapter 42. Like, there's so many laws out there. There's a lot of laws. You have to decide which ones you want to study. There's a whole lot of laws out there. And, don't go bust your brain trying to learn everything and then know nothing. I'd say figure out what area you want to specialize in and then find those laws and study those laws. All right, Instagram, what's going on, guys? I know I've been going crazy over on YouTube explaining stuff over there. So let me YouTube. Hey guys, give me a second. Let me give Instagram some love. All right, I've been giving you a mad game. Let me give Instagram some love. Let me see what's going on over here. All right, I see you guys texting the word summit. Okay, great. If you're on Instagram, keep texting the word summit. You should get your links to join the credit summit. Keep texting the word summit. Let's get you locked into the credit summit if you're on Instagram. Just got my meeting for the university. Let's go. Success loves speed. Let's go. Let's go. Success loves speed. Shout out. Shout out to YCN Stunner. Let's go. Let's get you locked in, bro. Let's go. Yep, keep texting that word summit, guys. Get your credit summit tickets. Keep texting that word summit. All right. Big J Smith. Clean up credit. I have cards that I still have. I was told to stop paying it and they will make it disappear. Big J, I don't know about that, bro. I would be weary. Anybody that told you that, bro, I I personally wouldn't. No, no, no. Because when you stop paying, what's going to happen is you're going to get hit now with a lot of late payments. Those late payments are going to go from 30 to 60 to 90, then quite possibly a charge off, or they might sell it to collections. Like, it's going to cause a whole lot of problems, bro. I'm talking about 7 years of problem if you don't learn how to delete those accounts from your credit. Anybody that's telling you to stop pay them and you're going to make your debt disappear, bro, honestly, show me how. Show me how. Show me how. That would be my response. Show me how. All right. Benjamin Roberts. I'm sorry if you answered my question already. No, go ahead. Shout out to you for the tip as well. What do you got? I have three hard inquiries. I went to remove but isn't past 2 years and they are open accounts. Is it best to wait out? Mind you, these are fresh cards that I just got. Okay, very good question. So, can you delete inquiries tied to open accounts? The answer to that is yes. Do I recommend it? No. Have I done it? Yes, multiple times. I don't recommend it. Why? Because you run the risk of shutting those accounts down, right? The best time to delete inquiries from an open account is within the first 24 to 48 hours of the application. After that, I do not recommend at all. I do not recommend it at all. If you have those lines of credit, leave them. Right? The inquiry, it falls off after 2 years. However, if there's inquiries on the report that are not from open accounts, by all means, go ahead and delete them. So a late payment stays on your report as long as you let it. The statute of limitation for reporting any negative or derogatory item is 7 years. You can get late payments deleted based on consumer laws because there is no such thing as a late payment. Your transactions and your experiences between the consumer and the person making the report is not included on your consumer report. So this is something that I teach, and this is something that I'll be breaking down and going into at the Credit Summit. So you guys, make sure you grab your tickets. Make sure you are there. If you're not on Instagram and you want to join and be a part of the Credit Summit, all you got to do is text the word. So send me a text message. Send a text message to 917-993-5238. Text me the word summit. Excuse me. Text me the word summit. If you're on Instagram, all you got to do is just type the word summit in the chat and you should get the link. All right. Yeah, so ATEM, I did answer that question. If we're talking about a school loan and the school went bankrupt, all you have to do is dispute the negative item. And this is what you learn. This is what you're learning in the mentorship. This is what you're learning in the Credit Summit. I'll be breaking down the strategies that is used to get these things done. Is it possible to remove student loans? Yes, we have done it multiple times. We have gotten student loans deleted multiple times. I just made some brand new student loan letters that you send directly to the student loan services. I'm telling you, it's a whole different type of heat. The summit is going to be September 29th, September 30th, and October 1st. It will be in Atlanta, Georgia. There's different ticket prices. There's general admission, there's VIP, and then there is elite if you decide to go elite. There's three ticket prices: general admission, VIP, and elite. It doesn't matter if a student loan is open or closed. You can delete open or closed accounts. It doesn't matter. Will Summit also stream on example Zoom? I have Marvin. We haven't decided if we're going to stream it yet. Right now, we only have in person tickets. We have not decided if we're going to stream the Credit Summit live yet. We haven't made that decision. Can I get 1 day of the event? I mean, you're welcome to come 1 day if you want to, but it's a 3 day event. 2 day for lessons, 1 day VIP. How do how do I get your letters? Where's it? I'm planning on joining your organization soon. Shout out to Mike. Let's go, Mike. Mike, there is no time like the present, Mike. There's no time like the present. And what you need to do, Mike, is just text me. Just let's see what's going on. Take your cell phone out and text me, Mike. Text the word university. Text the word university to 917-993-5238. Just text me. All right. How do I get letters for student loans? You'd have to go to my website. If we're talking student loans, you want to go to daraindelevante.com, DARAINEDELEVANTE. Once you go to daraindelevante.com, you will go to the letter section, the dispute letter section, and you will, but I'm going to drop the link here for you anyway. You can get the dispute letters. All right, guys. All right, I'm coming up to that hour mark. Unfortunately, I have to go return to duty. Um, Tomorrow, I'll be back on for another hour. Normally, I'm going to see if over this weekend I can come on at around 5 or 6. So just turn your notifications on. Turn your notifications on so when I come live, you will be notified. It's hard to predict a time when I'll be on. Robin, I see you, girl. I see you, Robin. It's hard to predict when I'm going to be on because there's different things going on and different things that I got to do, that I'm at training. So turn your notifications on. Yes, I'm in the military. So turn your notifications on. I'll be going live this entire weekend, so you guys will have another opportunity to get at me. So before I go, ladies and gentlemen, um, if you're on Instagram, just comment the word summit. If you are on Instagram, comment the word summit. All right, you will get the link to join the credit summit. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, all you gotta do is text the word summit. It's right there on the screen. Text the word summit to 917-993-5238 to get your credit summit tickets. And about getting sued from Synchrony for not paying. When we talk about being sued, we're talking about attorneys now. And this is where I need you guys to be comfortable with representation. Representation is important, ladies and gentlemen. It's important. We need representation in our pockets. All right. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah, for sure. I got my vitamin water. Y'all see me drinking my vitamin water. I'm getting my vitamins in. I need to get something to eat, and then I'm going to return to duty. So as you guys can see, I'm over here getting myself better. I got some cough drops. I got some Mucinex. I'm gonna whoop this whatever it is, allergy, whatever it is. I'm gonna whoop its butt. All right, I'm gonna whoop its butt. So, ladies and gentlemen, from your favorite island boy, y'all know what time it is. Homeboy gotta go back to duty. I will see y'all later. Don't forget, if you're on Instagram, just DM or text the word summit in the chat. Just text the word summit in the chat. If you are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, Twitter, all you got to do is text me the word summit. Text the word summit. Send it to my phone number, 917-993-5238. I'm going to see y'all later. Peace. I'm out.